passports are in order, Mr. Kennedy. You understand when you pass through that gate, you can no longer depend on the aid or protection of the United States government. You're running a zone of war, and we advise you not to make the trip.
I understand. Have you forgotten anything?
Only my better judgment.
Thank you for your advice.
You're quite welcome. Okay, Rod.
Mr. Kennedy, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
This is the closing point as he needed to say. May I present General Bracero, Colonel Marco, Lieutenant Henry.
Senora, this is the greatest of pleasures. The car is ready, senor.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Take care of the luggage.
Si, senor. El equipaje.
There's no need to register. Everything has been arranged.
A special luncheon in your honor, senora.
I don't think I can face it.
She's not hungry, perhaps.
Why don't you freshen up, Lisa? I'm sure you'll feel much better.
Show Mrs. Kennedy to her room.
Si, senor.
This way, please, senora.
We'll be expecting you, senora.
Senora. We'll be expecting you right away. Gracias.
You have witnessed the coming of the gringos. Exactly on time as promised. Thank you. I've already had breakfast.
You must have had it lying down in the gutter.
Well, things are looking up. I expect a bonus for all this. You know, Wilson, at no time in my long career as a meddler in other people's business have I ever served a client so well. You're most fortunate. That's a fact.
All right. Shoot.
Bless your big, bursting heart. All right. Let's get down to business. First of all, Kennedy will not be leaving until tomorrow. When he does, a train will take him to the village of San Lucas, where he will contact General Lorenzo to peddle his wares.
Guns and more guns.
And ammunition. Another fact is that Kennedy, being a close-mouthed trader, will not produce these arms until he's got his money in hand. Very wise precaution, I'd say. That's a fact.
You're holding something out on me.
To a certain extent, yes.
All right. A few words about the rebels, please.
You mean Escobar?
That's right. Where do I find him?
Just south of here. Villa Hidalgo. There's a battle going on there. The place might be in ruins. Besides, they may have driven him out by now.
How do I get there?
I don't think you can.
About a horse.
The only horses are the regular horses. Take one of those and both sides will be shooting at you. My advice to you is forget it. That's a fact.
All right, then I'm on my own, huh?
I'm afraid so. Wilson, you're just one man against a bigger man. I suppose you've noticed he's married. She's very beautiful.
And that's a fact.
I think I owe you a night's rent. My suitcase is over behind the desk.
Sí, señor.
Excuse me, please. Lisa, you are being extremely rude. I want you in there.
I'm not going. I'm through charming your friends. Let them get their own girls.
Your bill, señor.
No, gracias.
Taxi. Senor?
You got a full tank?
Always full. Where do you want to go?
South to the ruins.
The ruins of what, senor?
Tell you later. May we give you a lift? Like down the street, for instance?
Nothing but money could have made me take this trip.
Nothing did.
If we get any closer, we'll have to join up.
I've been considering that. You better beat it. You might lose your parking place at the hotel.
You really going down into that?
Why, certainly. I'm the joining type.
Then when I get home, I'll prepare a candle for you.
Why not? I've had it every other way this trip. Let there be lights.
Gracias, señor.
I'd like a room with a view. Well?
This hotel is reserved only for officers of the regular army and friends of the Republic. I do not accommodate pigs or Americans.
You know what this is? A little gift I reserve for pigs who do not accommodate Americans. But first, I pull out the stem like this.
There's a room at the end of the balcony.
You sure?
Cállate, gordo rajón. Alonso, Botana, Ruiz, Wilson.
Do come in. The name is Wilson.
I know. I heard about you for a long time, Mr. Wilson. You fight for money.
No, not today I didn't. Those little favors I tossed around out there were for free. Or maybe you didn't know that I'm the man that changed your luck.
You are fishing for a compliment, huh? Well, you're a big hero today. Very big, huh? Chihuahua, you hear them? They call you Alacran.
Huh? And what, pray tell us that?
A deadly stinging scorpion. One sting. Hey, man.
Just like that, huh? Alacran. Well, tell them I'm flattered.
What are you doing here?
Checking up on you. You've built yourself a big reputation for doing a lot with nothing. But you're going to strike out unless you come up with the necessary.
Necessary what?
Arms and ammunition, of which you have precious little.
We don't need you to tell us what we haven't got, Gringo.
Shut up, Sebastian.
What are your immediate plans?
The enemy has retreated to Impala. We follow them, then we wipe them out.
They'll throw everything they've got at you.
We expect it. We will do the same.
It's not the same. You've got nothing to throw at them but buckets of blood, which is why I'm down. To show you how to even up the score.
For free? You are going to do something for free? I don't believe it.
Don't believe this either. And I know the man who's supplying the enemy with firepower.
Sure, some regular sympathizer.
A dirty pig stink.
Never mind the smell. With your help, we can change his politics and you get the guns.
This is where it will cost, Coronel.
That's right. I want half the loot. You get the other half, plus enough guns and glory to give you a 21-gun salute in Mexico City.
You have grand ideas. Haven't you, Alacran?
They worked before. It's just a matter of fitting yourself into them.
I think we should be on the march if we intend capturing Impala before darkness grabs us, Coronel.
I cannot interrupt my campaign. No, senor. Besides, I have only your word that this man exists.
That's true. Well, if my word isn't good enough, my credentials are in that suitcase. Make up your mind.
I don't care what you got in your suitcase, Mr. Wilson. Alacran, you better go and sting somebody else this time.
Okay. But just don't say I didn't give you a chance.
Gringo. Está loco.
No está loco. Es un águila descalzo.
bury him in the backyard where the dogs stay.
I have no dog.
Then get one. Make sure he wags his tail from Mexico.
Bandido, todos quieren llamarme, bandido, no lo soy para ti, no lo soy para ti.
Mustard. And a bottle of beer that you haven't washed your teeth in. I know how you refill those bottles.
You enjoy lost causes, don't you?
Who says it's lost?
I do.
Look, I don't like hyenas prowling around my meals. Now beat it, will you? What's in this, anyway?
I took your advice, Mr. Wilson. You see, there is no difference between a lost cause and a lost dog. They both taste the same.
Sebastián, cuídame bien a los heridos.
Sí, jefe. Bájenlos con cuidado, muchachos.
Cuídamelo. Where is this sewer of a man? The one with the guns. The one who loves the irregulares.
What about the terms?
The same as you told me upstairs.
All right. The man you want is called Kennedy. At noon tomorrow, the train out of La Barca will be about 50 kilometers south of here. We need every man you've got to stop that train.
50 kilometers, huh? That's cutting it a little closer, Lacran. We have to ride hard.
The other one has been wasting time.
All right. We try anyway. Hey, you have your shirt?
Yes, indeed. The first rule of battle is never to lose that, Capitan.
¡Píquenle, muchachos! ¡Píquenle! ¡Píquenle!
thought you might prefer it. It's cheaper than a divorce unless you change your mind.
Not a bit.
Don't get your pretty head shut off. I may need it just once more for old time's sake. Well, you know what they want me for.
The same thing we do, the arms. You can't hold out on them, Kennedy. They'll make you talk, believe me.
I've anticipated that. You know my fishing lodge?
Is that where the arms are?
Certainly not, but I'm going to tell them that's where they are, and when anybody runs for help, they'll go right into a regular trap, which your general will arrange. Now get off this train before it stops.
I can get killed.
My friend, you can get killed either way.
Sebastián, súbete al carro de atrás.
Sí, coronel. Ustedes dos síganme.
Véngase conmigo.
Sit down, Brother Kennedy.
Oh, here's the one, huh? Ay, Chihuahua. I swear I have seen better meat hanging upside down in the Toluca market.
I presume that you're Escobar.
You bet your life I'm Escobar.
What about you?
I hang the meat.
Well, you do get around, don't you?
Why, yes, I meet all the trains.
I didn't know about this.
My wife, who meets all the trains.
Grab yourself a seat, Mrs. Kennedy. I suggest we get down to cases of ammunition and guns.
You have them, of course.
Certainly. What's the deal?
You know the deal. If you don't give them to us, somebody's going to be hanging from a telegraph pole.
And if I do, what happens?
You live.
Does the telegraph pole include me?
Unfortunately, senora, yes.
You let me try and fix it for you on the shady side, Mrs. Kennedy. For the same accommodation, he'll have to cross my palm with gold.
I'd say you were cheap at any price, Frank.
I have here a list of the arms. It's quite extensive, as you'll see.
Good. Very good. Where do we get all this?
At my fishing lodge. It's some little distance from here. I'd have to take you.
Leaving her on the hook, naturally.
I'm sorry, senora. You will have to stay here.
Oh, don't worry about me. I've been in the pawn shop before.
Well, that's very interesting. Now, who heads this little expedition?
Not you, Mr. Wilson. You and I are going to take this train to our headquarters at Mozimba, which the regulares want to capture so badly. I need every man to defend it. I can only spare a few, maybe Gonzalez and 12 others. That's all. Mr. Kennedy, if anything goes wrong, amen. For you.
Se quedan aquí, muchachos.
If you'll excuse me, I have a few things to pack.
She'll take care of that. If you don't mind. Well, Brother Kennedy, it's good to see you bearing up so well under this.
How's that?
The torment of being separated from your wife is such a dangerous interval.
I've known men to come unglued at the very idea.
She's in no danger. I'm coming back.
But if you shouldn't, by some odd chance, she's in a pretty tight spot.
Well, that's war. She's very understanding.
She hasn't got much of a choice with you pulling the strings. Oh, it's a pity, isn't it? That those who rule can never be loved.
Who says I'm not?
I do. You'd give everything you've got and steal the rest if she did love you, but she doesn't. That's what's eating you up. I don't bother to tell me I'm right.
I had no idea you were watching so closely.
Can't help it. She's that easy to watch. Ojo, muchachos. How long a ride would you say this is?
4 hours. More in the rainy season, but they make it all right.
Never rains but when it pours, you know. You've given me an idea. Since you know this place, why don't we send you and keep your husband?
What brought this about?
Thought you might need a change.
And you?
I'll be right here on the train counting sheep. This yours?
Yes. Well, I didn't think we'd be parting company this soon.
What did you think?
I thought I might have to keep my door locked all night.
Metan a los heridos en el coche de primera, muchachos. Y ustedes ayúdenle. I thought the man was going. What happened?
There's been a slight change in plans.
I like the first ones.
Come on, Mrs. Kennedy, the honor guard awaits.
Un momento con un demonio. I say Escobar gives the orders here. He doesn't know about this.
That's right. So why don't you tell him?
Mi coronel, he's sending the girl.
What is this, Alacran? Another one of your grand ideas?
No, but I thought it was a pretty good one.
He's got too many big ideas. Why don't you tell him so?
Because so far he has been right.
Gracias, Coronel.
You take care of the wounded. Don't interfere again. You do as I tell you. Pítate, pítate. González. The woman will lead the way.
Have a nice trip.
Senora. Please. I want to ask you a favor. Please. No tricks, huh? I ask you. If she disobeys my orders, don't bring her back. Muy bien, mi coronel.
Este es su caballo, señora.
Making a mistake.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Don't worry about it, amigo. You're practically in the Palacio Nacional.
Alacran, right now I'm only interested in guns and ammunition, like you promised. Hey, why did you send her instead of him?
That was a card trick.
I don't like your joke.
Let me finish. In a card game, it's much better to hold an ace than a queen. You still got the ace, amigo. Even if it did cost me a dinner companion. Now, how do you like that for self-sacrifice, eh?
Alacran, there's just one cure for that passion of yours. Take a cold bath and sleep it off. Ay, Chihuahua. Sometimes women just get in the way.
Not if they can cook.
I don't think this one could even make water boil.
My thermometer says you're wrong.
Too bad if they have to shoot her.
Well, that's a happy thought.
It's a thought for you to remember, Alacran. I hope for everybody's sake that your card trick works.
Now, what's worrying you?
The same thing that worries me every time I take somebody's word.
If they lied to me once, they'd never get a chance to do it again.
Well, give it a chance to work, will you?
Uh-huh. That's just what I'm doing, Alacran. Just this once. There will be no second chance. No, senor. Now go to sleep. Ándale, duérmete.
I think I'll get some air first.
Amigo, dame un caballo.
¿Quién va?
Me, Wilson.
El alacrán. Pase.
Well, what have we here? The alacrán. I thought you were on the train.
I got train sick. You find anything?
We're hoping to. In this building. Pretty soon we'll find out.
Where's the girl?
In the Gringo Fish House.
No hay nada. It's empty.
You see? Somebody told a large lie.
You've looked every place else, huh?
Every place.
There should be 6 there.
One is enough, unless somebody gets in front of her.
I'd like a word with her first.
Go ahead, but make it quick. Órale, muchachos, a los caballos, espérenme.
Mrs. Kennedy.
Yes? Oh, it's you.
Come out of there and put this on. Step into the parlor.
Something wrong?
I don't know yet. Why are you carrying a pistol in your purse?
I might need it sometime.
That's a pretty fair answer.
You've got something on your mind. What is it you want?
Well, for openers.
You won't be satisfied with this.
No, you're right. But it's a start.
I didn't think there were any extra charges for my services. Aside from leading you to the arms.
You don't know much, do you? About a man's appetite. Do you?
Oh, yes. I've been feeding one for years. But there comes that time where being a woman isn't enough. No, Mrs. Kennedy has to be witch, wife, and a watchdog to a gun runner.
You should have checked the minister about that. Somebody must have known the line he was in.
No. I was in love. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Wilson?
No, with me, it's strictly a hobby. But about bargains, I do keep score. I don't think you'd keep a bargain with anybody unless your life depended on it.
I thought it did.
You didn't make this bargain, Lisa. Your husband did. Doesn't that give you some sort of a clue?
On the arms here?
Nothing's here. Except those ghouls who are trying to kill you.
Alacan, why don't you do it? Open the door.
Well, shall I?
I'd rather you didn't.
Well, then heed the call. Back and finish your shot.
I had my orders to carry out. Where is she?
Now, please. You wouldn't shoot a wet woman, would you? She's taking a shower.
That's what you say.
All right, look for yourself. But don't touch. I warned you.
Tell her to come out.
Suppose we step outside and let her get finished. Huh? Gonzalez, you disappoint me. I had you figured for a ladies' man.
I look pretty good. Better than you, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But I've got several reasons for not wanting that girl shot just at this time.
I can only think of one.
Exactly my point. You know, man does not live by bread alone. You ought to know that.
Yes, I know. I feel the same way most of the time myself.
Well, then, let's have a little talk, huh? Man to man. You know, amigo, we have a lot in common. Now, I can carry out those orders just like you can. Now, why don't you ride ahead? I'll meet you in Mozambique. Huh?
I don't know. You gringos stick pretty close together. You might forget what we're fighting for.
Not a chance. I got a big stake in this war, too.
All right. But I leave Santos in here so I can make sure you get started. And I'll take her horse. She won't need it anymore. You hear that?
Every word.
I'll be riding slow. You ride fast, understand? I don't intend facing Escobar alone. I'm not going to get killed in your account. Traigan el caballo de la señora. Nos lo vamos a llevar con nosotros. You must have Mexican blood in you.
Not unless it comes with tequila. Why?
You like to combine business with pleasure. A very good thing, if you can get away with it. Vámonos!
Why don't you take a little siesta? Dame un poquito de tiempo, por favor.
Bueno.
boys slaves, don't you?
No, but I'm sure you'll teach me.
Alacran, we should be going.
What was that?
That was the guard. He just found me missing. What are those huts over there?
A fishing village.
Señor.
¿Qué quieren?
A horse.
Caballo, por favor, pero pronto. Está bien.
The horse is for you. I want you to get on it and keep riding until you see a flag with stars and stripes on it.
Where are you going?
Any place that doesn't have a firing squad. There's one waiting for me in Mozimba.
That's because you let me get away.
But don't worry, I won't get shot. Unfortunately, your husband will. But that's a mess of his own making.
I can't help feeling sorry for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, too. But for another reason. He'll go to his grave with what he knows about those guns.
I'm sure he's going to tell the truth this time.
Well, he probably would. But who's going to convince Escobar of that? He doesn't give anybody a second chance. And I'm not going back and face a firing squad with your husband, so forget it. By that, I mean everything, including me. Just get out while the getting's good and don't look back.
Senora Kennedy. I expected to find your husband at the lodge. But it appears someone upset our plans.
Now, he's on the train.
I see. His gun. Su pistola.
No tiene pistola.
May I have your name, please?
What about Smith? How does that sound to you?
Sounds American. Your horse is a rebel horse. He gave us all the information we need about you.
Well, that's pretty sneaky. I told him never to speak to strangers.
You're working for the rebel army.
I was. That was before I got sand in my eyes.
Now, let me explain. He's here because of me.
Senora, I have no choice but to treat him as an enemy. Sáquenlo.
Goodbye, Lisa. Remember what I said. Forget it.
Diles que se regresen. You're right in front of me.
¡Que se regresen, muchachos!
with you?
This is the wife of Senor Kennedy, General Lorenzo.
Where's your husband, Senora?
They held him and sent me instead.
She doesn't know any more about the arms than we do, General.
Then we've accomplished no more than the rescue of an attractive woman. Por favor, siéntese, Senora. Forgive me. But I'm afraid you're a poor substitute from a military standpoint. We cannot afford any more delays. We'll move on Mozimba's plan and forget the luxury of the additional arms. I'm sorry about your husband, Senora.
You're assuming he's dead, of course.
Very possibly. And he certainly will be when they find he's lied to them. In any event, the arms are a lost cause, so far as we are concerned.
They needn't be, General. If my husband is alive, he'll give me the information.
You mean you'll go to Mozimba?
Why not?
How would you get out with the information?
I have a friend in the town. You saw him, the American.
That's true, but his sympathy is with the rebels.
His sympathy is with me. I'm positive he'll arrange my escape.
And your husband?
Somebody has to lose, General.
I see.
What can you lose?
Very little, compared to you. What do you think?
I think we should consider it.
You'll have to ride with us, Senor. I'll decide before we reach Mozimba.
Mozimba!
Pretty lonely around here with everybody leaving. What's up?
Oiga, amigo, ¿por qué están evacuando el pueblo?
Tienen 1000 hombres contra nosotros y no tenemos armas con que defendernos.
They are evacuating the town. The regulators are coming. A little ammunition could have made such a big difference.
Sounds like that might be on my bill.
Will be.
Coming down the trail, but I saw no mule pack. Where's the ammunition? Where are the guns?
They weren't there.
You came back, huh? After deserting me, you came back. You surprised me.
He was a man of a choice, Colonel.
That's not true.
It's too late for excuses now. If I had the guns you promised, I would not be evacuating the town.
There's still Kennedy.
After this, only a fool would believe him.
I'll answer the next question. I lost the girl.
You let her get away.
That's not quite true either. I had her on a long leash. The leash broke, that's all.
No, that's not all, Mr. Wilson. Look. We are still burying those who died yesterday taking the train. The trouble is you don't understand about us. To you, a war is just an adventure, a chance to make money, to amuse yourself.
You knew that when I joined up.
I should have expected this from you. The ones who trusted me did know. I was the one who saw you as a man with grand ideas.
I've still got a few. I hate to see you toss in the towel.
Don't try to bargain with me. I know when my luck has run out.
Run out? You can still stop the regulares on the trail.
With what? With rocks? Should I throw rocks at him? Alacran, you and Kennedy are going to pay for this with the only thing you have left.
Well, in my case, that's about 20 centavos.
No. I'm talking about your life.
I know you are.
You understand what to do, Gonzalez?
Sí, Coronel.
I will say goodbye to you now. Alacran, I have many important things to do. I would like you to think about what you have seen here. How your grand ideas end. Usually when that happens, you're not around. You're some other place thinking up new ideas. Now you will see for yourself. This is how they end. Mr. Wilson. Take him to the square. Sebastian will carry out the orders.
Come on.
You're a big lover, aren't you, Alacran?
I try, but I have my off days. Don't you know it's never worth it?
You're right. You know, the minute you deserted, I had it all figured out. I told Escobar.
Told him what?
What? The truth. That a man can think of a lot of things to do with a woman. Besides killing her, huh? Okay, gringo este. Luego nos vemos. Llévatelo, enciérralo con Kennedy.
He doesn't love you much, Alacran. Today he'll enjoy his work.
Well, what's the difference? There's no love in a bullet anyway.
Muchachos.
This way.
You're not going to any special bother for me, I hope.
Don't worry, it's no bother. Abre. Too bad he didn't work, Alacran.
Meaning what?
Combining business with pleasure.
Well, it was fun trying.
Well, this is quite a surprise. I heard you'd gone to parts unknown.
No, not exactly. Paid a visit to your wife at the fishing lodge. She's in good hands, if you care. The regulares were a little bit disappointed that she was there instead of you.
Nearly as disappointed as I was. You know, you upset my plans a little, Wilson.
Yeah, I know. If you'd had your way, she'd be facing a firing squad. As it is, we stand or fall together.
You too? How'd that happen?
Simple matter of disobeying orders. Not leading Escobar to the arms that were not there. You should have come clean in the first place, because the second place is that wall out there.
I know, I've been thinking a lot about that. Things that were important outside don't mean much anymore.
You mean you'd tell Escobar if you had a chance?
You bet I'd tell him. But he won't listen. As far as he's concerned, it's a closed issue.
Unless, of course, you're still on speaking terms with him.
No, forget it. He wouldn't believe me either.
Ustedes cuatro traigan a Wilson y a Kennedy. Vamos. Alíñense, muchachos.
Well, it's all over but the shooting, Brother Kennedy. Let's not get nervous now.
Maybe you underestimate my nerves. You got to face it, too, unless you prefer a blindfold.
I might not like it either way.
Sound like you've got a choice.
Man, it'd be a fool to land here without one. Suppose I were to give you a way out.
I'd take it and give you anything you asked.
Even to telling the truth?
You know I would, Wilson.
On the contrary, I doubt that you're capable of it. However, since I'm cheating these barn door sharpshooters anyway, I give you one last chance to come through. Now step over behind that wall.
Sebastián, ya no los busques.
¡Aquí andan!
Ya vienen por ahí esos malditos regulares. ¡Regrésense!
¡Regrésense, muchachos!
He said the regulares are coming. They're giving up. All right. Now tell me where those arms are.
Suppose we make a deal.
No deal, just tell me.
Get me to the regulares. They'll pay heavy for this information.
Yeah, I know they will, but they're not going to get it.
Who is?
A guy named Escobar.
Wilson, you're crazy. There's no profit in there.
I'm not in this for profit. I'm running out of patience, Brother Kennedy. Now you tell me or I leave you here.
Get this bullet out of me first.
Now.
Playa Blanca, the lagoon.
When?
There's a ship anchored off the coast with a couple of barges. They're towing them into the lagoon tonight, anchoring them there. Don't leave me here, Wilson.
Could you help us, Padre, please? My friend's been hurt.
Está herido. Vamos a llevarlo a la sacristía. Póngalo aquí encima de la mesa. Rásguele la camisa. Read.
Oh.
What? What is it?
Yeah, I'm here. Take it easy. Padre, you got a gun? Pistola.
En la iglesia no hay pistolas.
Lisa? In a church?
This is the only light in town. You're all right, I see.
Yeah, I'm fine. What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Everybody is. Escobar, the regulares.
I'm not working with the regulares. This is my own idea. I seem to have come a little late.
Yes, everybody's left town except the favored few.
Is my husband among them?
He's in there. Stopped a bullet. He's all right, too. If it's the information your friends want, he's already given it to me.
don't seem too happy about it.
Oh, yes, I am. I guess I just didn't expect this.
What did you expect?
I thought you might be in trouble. Doesn't matter now, but coming back on my own free will might have impressed Escobar.
I'm sure it would have. But why?
So he'd give my husband a second chance to tell you where the arms were. I didn't want you facing a firing squad.
Well, you took an awfully big risk, staking your life on that.
You once took a big risk, too, remember?
I had a better reason. You were worth saving.
For what?
For somebody who'd hold still long enough to treat you as a woman instead of a pawn ticket.
Where do you suggest I start looking?
Well, not around here. You find yourself a good, reliable dealer. There are still men in the world who don't run home every night to rob their own trunks.
But you don't even have a trunk to rob. And nothing to go home for.
Señor. Ya le saqué la bala.
Muchas gracias, padre. Well, he has got the bullet out. I guess that's all the help we can expect from him. Move his feet. We'll have to bandage him up.
What are you going to do with him?
Going to take him with me. I can't leave him here to talk to the regulares. Where are they, by the way?
On the trail, waiting for me to come back. But I wouldn't count on them waiting long.
I'm going to need your horse, Lisa.
Help yourself. Can he ride?
I guess he can if I hold him in the saddle.
Let me do
that. The town is deserted. Mayor, enciendan las antorchas.
Yo, enciendan las antorchas. Enciendan las antorchas. Yo, enciendan las antorchas.
They're coming.
How are you going to square this, Lisa?
Just tell them the favored one's left.
Well, I hate to put you in the pawn shop again.
This time it doesn't matter.
I know a good one up on the border. Maybe they'll put you in with the clock. I want you to keep your eye on the time, because I'll be back.
I'll be waiting.
Wilson.
Kennedy, put it down.
Why should I? It's all I've got left to remind me of my devoted wife.
Now give me the gun before you make a mistake.
You're the one who made a mistake, Wilson. You could have made a deal with the regulares, but you wanted to give the arms to Escobar for nothing. Well, it didn't work.
Oiga, padrecito, échele la bendición a este pobre desgraciado.
Es mi obligación.
You almost got it too, Alacran. I had you both in mind when I came back.
Well, between the swamp and the firing squad, I'm about due.
Not the swamp. I knew you would come out of there all right. With Kennedy ready to spill the beans to the regulares. I wasn't going to let that happen.
Well, neither was I.
I heard that. Lucky for you that I did.
So, do I get a second chance?
Maybe. Maybe I break a rule. What have you got to say?
The arms are at Playa Blanca. The enemy's at the gates.
All right, get on your horse. Sebastian, find Gonzalez. Tell him to get my men started for this place. I ride with him.
Yes, Coronel.
You be careful.
Vámonos.
¡Síguenos! ¡No los dejen escapar!
You're too late. He's dead.
I'm sorry, senora.
Did he give you any clue at all?
No, nothing.
The men who just rode out, did they kill him?
One of them did.
Probably they had a good reason.
They wanted information and they forced him to talk. Otherwise, they would have taken him along. They've got a head start on us, General.
Not much. And the trade has to end someplace.
I'm afraid I wasn't much help.
Possibly we can succeed without you. Buenas noches, señora. Greedy pigs.
Pigs is pigs, amigo. We got here first. You see, my grand ideas don't always end in the graveyard.
Don't brag, Alacran. They may yet.
It's excess baggage. There's an arsenal out there. Dynamite and gasoline. We don't want that.
Next barge. They're coming fast. Where are the guns?
Welcome to the factory.
Ah, Chihuahua, this is wonderful.
Small arms, large arms, the whole works. Take your pick.
Where do I start?
Start with that. Here. Try these on for size. You fire the first salute, huh, amigo?
You bet your life. But I can hold up the whole army all by myself.
Deal me in. I'll be right up.
Concentrate their fire on deck and not hit the hull.
No tiren al fondo.
Alacran, I need more of everything.
How about a hot tamale?
With chili sauce.
Lower, rake the deck.
Más bajo, que arrastre la cubierta.
Más bajo, arrastre la cubierta. ¡Fuego!
Una columna de rebeldes viene por la playa.
Bien. Rebels. More than I expected.
Pour your men along this bank and behind the warehouse. The pier will give them protection from the barge. And let the rebels pass this point and cut them off.
¡Dese fuego!
¡Dese fuego!
¡Repliéguense a la bodega! ¡Carapetes en el muelle!
Alacran, they're up to something. I don't like this.
It's got all the earmarks of a trap.
They're setting it up for my man. Sebastian is going to be in trouble.
It's going to be a hot corner to pass.
You bet your life is going to be hot.
Amigo, we made a big strike today. What would you give to save the rest of your men?
You're not trying to bargain with me again, are you?
No bargain, a compromise. Suppose we settle for half, huh? Boom.
Good. Bueno.
Cuidado con los rifles, muchachos. Que no se mojen las balas. Tengan mucho cuidado.
Alacran, your sting was a long time coming, but it was good. Very good. Si, senor. Better than I thought. We didn't lose a man.
Well, you lost one. I'm checking out.
We got enough there to finish this war and start another one.
No, I pass. It's like you said. To me, a war is just a chance to amuse myself and make a few dollars. This was a very amusing day, Macho. But you know how it is with you. Tomorrow's never payday.
Where are you headed for this time?
Oh, up north, around the border.
Doesn't sound very exciting.
You could be wrong, you know. I left something up there in a pawn shop. Adios, mi hermano.
Adiós, Alacran. Que Dios te bendiga. Y cuídate de las viejas, que no te piquen.